Ladies and gentlemen, we are now boarding Group A. Please have your boarding passes ready to scan. If your phone is cracked, old, or was chewed up by your Chihuahua travel companion, please refrain from holding up the line. And instead, simply go to Verizon and trade in any phone in any condition from one of their top brands for the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI on Unlimited Ultimate and a watch or tab. Also, on them. Service plan required for watch or tab. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
G'day, America. It's Tony and Ryan from the Tony and Ryan podcast from Down Under.
This episode is sponsored by Boost Mobile, the newest 5G network in the country.
These guys are no longer the prepaid wireless company you might remember. They've invested billions into building their own 5G towers across America, transforming the carrier into America's fourth major network alongside the other big dogs.
Yep, they're challenging the competitors by working harder and smarter, like this amazing new network they've literally built. They have blazing fast 5G and plans for all the latest devices. Visit your nearest Boost Mobile store or find them online at boostmobile.com.
I used to think buying foundation online was impossible. How am I supposed to find my shade when I can't even get it right in store? Then I discovered Il Maquillage. I took their AI-powered quiz to find my custom match, and wow, this foundation is literally my skin in a bottle. The undertone and coverage are spot on. It's so neutral and weightless. I can't even tell I'm wearing makeup. Plus, with Try Before You Buy, you can try your full size at home for 14 days. Take the Power Match quiz now at ilmaquillage.com/quiz. ILMAKIAGE.com/quiz.
Hey Waffle Gang, I do hope you're well. My name is Mark and today we're checking out some more Reddit stories, and if you do love a Reddit story, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, maybe that notification bell too, and let's crack on with today's first story. Much love, guys. Now, today's first story comes from Temporary Lie 3460. It says, am I the arsehole for walking out on a blind date my friend set up 2 weeks after my husband died? I just really need some clarity on this situation. I, 23 female, lost my husband, 25 male, weeks ago to a car accident. He was the love of my life and I'm still not used to waking up without him every day. We have big plans for our future and it all came crashing down in a heartbeat. We met on his uncle's farm. He was a farmhand and it was love at first sight for me. I'm also 4 months pregnant, but I haven't told anyone. I was planning on telling my friend when I was feeling better. My best friend Lee, I googled that name pronunciation, don't come at me, 24 female, has been my shoulder to cry on during this time. She helped me with his funeral and anything else I needed as I have no contact with my bio family. A story for another time. She is currently dating Barry, 24 male. They usually hang out in a trio with Liam, 24 male. When I first met Liam, he hit on me hard. Tried everything, as in would try to compare himself with my husband and say weird things like our kids would be cuter than if you had kids with my husband. He's also made weird comments like I need a city boy and would motion himself, when I'm a country girl through and through. I typically would shut him down or ignore him, but I would always get dirty looks from Barry. Skip to Sunday night. I got a message from Lee begging me to come to dinner with her because she wanted to treat me, as I've been through a lot in the last couple of weeks. Feeling not so shit about myself, I decided to go. When I arrived, she wasn't there, so I texted her asking how long she would be, and she told me 5 minutes. She's just running late and is around the corner. So I sat down and ordered a drink. Now 5 minutes comes and she's still not there, so I gave her the benefit of the doubt and waited another 5. When I'm about to call her, Liam comes rushing over and gives his apologies for being late. I asked him what he's doing here because I'm waiting for Lee, and it was a 2-chair table. He smiles at me and grabs my hand. I rip it off of him and he just says, oh, I asked Lee to set us up. Now husband's name isn't a problem. We can finally get to know each other. He looked so cringy. And I'm telling you, I was floored. I stood up and told him I wasn't interested and I certainly don't give a flying fuck about getting to know him. And that I just lost my husband. Without a word of a lie, this man stands up and said, I know you're being overly emotional right now, so I forgive you for that. Sit down with me. I'm not saying we have to have sex straight away or anything. I was disgusted. I shoved past him and went home as fast as I could. When I got home, Lee messaged me, so how was dinner, with a smirk emoji. I called her and when she answered, I didn't let her get a word in. I yelled at her and asked her how she has the audacity to do something like this weeks after I just lost my husband, when she's been the one to hold me together this whole time. I asked her what fucking game she was playing, and that the only reason I wanted to meet with her tonight was to tell her I'm pregnant. I just hung up on her and texted her I need time and don't want to be contacted by her for the time being. Last night, Barry came to my house and asked to talk. I said no, and that if he didn't leave, I'd call the police. He told me I broke Lee's heart and that I deeply hurt Liam, when now was an even better time to get to know Liam because he could raise my child with me. I opened my door, which Barry took as I wanted to talk. Instead, I hit him with my shoes and chased him to his car screaming. I'm actually embarrassed I did that. All day today, I'm being flooded with messages from friends and the trio themselves, shaming me for pushing people who care about me the most away, and that they don't even recognize the person I've become. The only thing that hurts me the most is that my husband would know what to do. He would tell me how to fix it. Now I have no one who I can talk to. I'm just so numb inside. I have a therapy appointment tomorrow, but I'm thinking of calling my husband's mum, even though we've barely spoken since the funeral. Any advice is appreciated. Please exclude any typos, I'm just so exhausted. Not the arsehole, and a triple. Not the arsehole. Like you had me at the title. A friend setting you up on a blind date 2 weeks after your husband dies immediately had me saying, that's no friend. She may have supported you for the last couple of weeks and helped you go through certain things. But think about what happened in the background here. Your husband sadly dies. Liam, being the scumbag that he is, sees this as an opportunity, approaches your supposedly best friend Lee, and at this point Lee had many options to go down, many different paths she could have said. She could have told him to fuck off. She could have told him, no, this is definitely not the right time, it's only been 2 weeks, but she went with the worst bloody option possible. This person has no respect for your feelings, for your loss, what you're going through. Lean on other support systems and not these people, because that is not a friend group, not one that I would want anyway. If I were in your shoes, says not the arsehole 1,000 times. That is way too soon for any of that. Sorry, I know women and it's been years and they are still not dating, and I'm sorry for your loss. You need time to grieve. Take the time you need, there is no timeline for it. Take care of yourself and your child. Ty Nervous says, what the holy hell? Throw that entire friend group in the garbage. No respect for your feelings, no respect for your boundaries, no respect for your loss. Not the arsehole, and I'm sorry for your loss. Roman says the real problem here is your friendship with Lee. She may have supported you during the first few weeks of your loss, but she's certainly not your friend now. She's pimping you out to any bozo who comes along, probably at her arsehole husband's insistence. If they and anyone else thinks you can get over such a profound loss with a cheap fuck, then they need out of your life. The fact that they're all in on taking advantage of a grieving pregnant widow is beyond creepy. Of course you've changed. You've just lost your husband, which any normal person would be deeply affected by. Cut them out of your life. No explanation needed. Block, block, block. You and the baby are all that matter now. Arsehole friends have absolutely no place in your life now. I'm deeply sorry for your loss. Not the arsehole here. So OP came in with her update and says hello and thank you. I just wanted to start off with, I will call my mother-in-law Louise. After making the post, I thought that I needed to tell her about the baby because, just like some of you said, she is overjoyed about the news. She didn't answer my call, but instead drove straight over to my house. I honestly didn't know what to say to her, but we just hugged and cried all night. I didn't have the best delivery about how I'm pregnant, probably due to all the crying, but she just lit up and was so happy. It's the first time I've seen her be this happy in all the time I've known her, so at least I have some support. My father-in-law came over when he finished work after mother-in-law told him he needed to come to my house, and he was overjoyed about becoming a pop. Louise offered to have the baby and I move in, and I agreed. She said that I can sleep in my husband's old room, which was a little bittersweet. When I told her what was going on with Lee, Liam and Barry, she was furious and told me not to worry about it because they, mother-in-law and father-in-law, have my back. After a lot of even more crying, father-in-law told me that my husband would be so happy to have this baby grow up on a farm like my husband did. Overall, our conversations last night was something I needed. Now I'm just going to answer some comments. 1. No, this isn't fake. If you choose to believe that, then that's fine, but don't be dragging my husband when